Imagine this. It's a dark and stormy night and you're alone in your house. Suddenly you hear footsteps. The sound of dread echoing through the lonely corridors of your abode. A timeless fear, isn't it? The fear of the unknown, unexplained noises creeping up when you're alone. It's fascinating how our minds can turn an innocent creaky floorboard into a bloodthirsty monster prowling in the shadows. And let's not forget the age-old terror of a monster under the bed. Oh, and the ghost in the closet, who seems to have an uncanny knack for fashion judging by the way it rustles your clothes. It's funny, really, how we let our imagination run wild, giving life to inanimate objects and empty spaces. But humor aside, there's something about the dark that brings out our deepest fears. So you sit there, heart pounding as the footsteps draw nearer. But wait, those footsteps, they're getting louder, closer, and then the door creaks open. As the door opens, a gust of cold, damp air rushes in. You feel a chill run down your spine. Imagine standing there, in the mouth of that eerie doorway, your heart pounding like a terrified rabbit. You'd probably be thinking, "This is it. I've stumbled into every cliched horror movie ever made." You half expect to hear a sinister voice whispering, "Get out!" But instead, there's just silence. Deafening, oppressive silence. It's like the universe itself is holding its breath, waiting for what's about to happen next. You take a step forward, the floorboards groaning under your weight. It's like a bad joke. The kind where the punchline is you, tiptoeing around your own home, trying not to wake the unseen visitor. It's absurd, it's frightening, it's so ridiculously over the top that you can't help but laugh. And then, the laughter dies in your throat, because just when you think it can't get any worse, you hear a low growl. A growl that would send shivers down anyone's spine, but then something unexpected happens. Picture this. You're alone in a dark room. The air is thick with tension, your heart pounding in your chest as you wait for the source of the growl to reveal itself. And then, as the suspense reaches its peak, the unexpected happens. The terrifying sound you thought was a monster lurking in the shadows turns out to be a stomach grumble. Yes, you heard it right. A stomach grumble. The kind of sound you'd expect at a family dinner table, not in a horror story. It's moments like these that remind us of the fine line between horror and humor. Now you might be thinking, how can something as mundane as a stomach growl be funny in a situation like this? Well, that's the beauty of it. Our minds are trained to expect the worst when we're scared. So, when the worst turns out to be something as harmless as a hungry belly, the relief we feel often manifests as laughter. It's a coping mechanism, a way for our brains to deal with the adrenaline rush that comes with fear. But don't be fooled. This isn't just about comic relief. It's about subverting expectations, about taking what's predictable and turning it on its head. It's about showing that horror isn't always about blood and gore. Sometimes, it's about the unexpected, the absurd, the downright hilarious, and that's the thing about horror. It has a way of playing with our emotions, of making us laugh one minute and scream the next. It's a genre that's as diverse as it is thrilling, filled with moments that can make your heart race and your stomach hurt from laughing so hard. So the next time you hear a growl in the dark, don't be too quick to assume it's a monster. It could just be a stomach begging for a midnight snack. And as you laugh at the absurdity of it all, you hear a sound that wipes the smile off your face. A sound that can't be explained. A sound that shouldn't be there. It's a ticking, a talking, a rhythmic knocking that's growing louder with each passing moment. It's as if the hands of an invisible clock are hammering against the silence, a disquieting symphony in the stillness of the night. You'd think it's funny, wouldn't you? Like a bad joke, a punchline waiting to be delivered. Maybe it's a phantom plumber, a ghostly handyman fixing the pipes of the beyond. Or perhaps it's a spectral woodpecker, pecking away at the tree of the afterlife. It's almost laughable, the absurdity of it all, but then the humor fades away, leaving only the chilling echo of the unexplained. You can't shake off the unease, the uncertainty. The sound is there, a constant reminder of the unknown. As you stand there, frozen in fear and confusion, you can't help but wonder, what's making that sound?